Hello, I am back. I hope some others are back also. Oh, I'm gonna wait for you. Oh, there's lots of you here. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, how is everybody? I think potentially I haven't just been talking too much, and I do have a sore throat, so I've just taken some cold and flu tablets, and I've got a cup of tea. So hopefully, we're good. Right, let me double check. Joanne ordered my polar bear stuff this morning. Yay! I take it we get both fonts, even though it says 2 times uppercase on the order. If you've ordered the bundle, yes, you get both fonts. It's because of the way that the website is, because we have our fonts combined as a single thing. It defaults to the default font in the description. But yeah, if we ordered the bundle, you will get one of each for sure. So I'm going to be 100% honest with you, as I always am. I haven't planned anything for this this hour and a bit that we've got together, because I've been so busy planning all the other things, kind of lost it. But I do have stuff to show you. I have all the new stencils, and I also have. Oh, I've taken my rings off. Oh well. I have all the new stencils to show you, and I also would really like to get my stencils organised. So I'm hoping that you guys will be happy to join me for a little bit of demo, a little bit of organise, a little bit of chat, a little bit of birthday, cup of tea, and yeah. So this is the colour swatch sticker sheet that we created. It's a super easy sticker sheet. So it means that the back peels off as usual, she says, like this, and then it sticks onto your page. You can cut it down to that line, or you can use the whole thing in your journal. Just thought it would be an easy colour swatch situation. You can write the brand of pen, the range that it's from, and what type of pen, like highlighter or brush pen or what not. I'm going to go through all the new stencils, and then once I've done that, we can do some organising. Is everyone okay with this? I'm going to grab a different journal to test things in. Hopefully I've got a journal handy, one of my journals I use for filming. Grab a page. Carol says random. I don't know if the button from the theme box has a name, but I've decided mine has been named Jensen. Love it. He is called Mr. B. Uttons. I don't know what else to say. It kind of says what it says. So I'm going to start. Oh, that's not the one. There's a 2025 one of those. I'm showing you the old version. I thought this was going to be the new one, which potentially is hidden somewhere in my book. Oh, maybe I don't have it hidden in my book. I thought I did. Maybe not. Might be at work. I have been using it. So we've got a new version of this. You're just going to have to imagine it has a 5 on it. We have a new version of the 2025 goal planner bookmark. And then all of our updated classic stencils have got cheat sheets. So the first 40 have cheat sheets, and then all of these updated ones we've done straight in with cheat sheets, and then there's about 50 for us left to do. So there's New Year goals, which is designed to make these sorts of spreads that you can lay out what goals you have for the year under different categories. which is this one. It's been updated. We've had that for, I think 2022 was maybe the first one of those, maybe even before that. So there's new goals. I'm going to put them in order so that I can easily categorize them. Yes, they also all have new images. So the ones that have cheat sheets, let me show you. She says, how can I show you? How do I know if he really knows me? Just going to open a page so that I can share it with you so that you can know. Present, share screen, yes, window, that one, share. So this is our website. Many of you will be familiar with it. So if you go to Classic Stencils, any that have got this style of image will have a cheat sheet with them. All of those ones don't. And then hopefully, if you go back to the very beginning, the first 40 up to MVP have cheat sheets. It might be in a bit of a funky order just because the system orders them by date published, not by stencil identification number. But anything that's like this will get a cheat sheet with it. Anything that's like this, we haven't created the cheat sheet yet, just so that we're clear. So we've got our 2025 headers, and okay, you're going to have to help me out. I've switched the headers to fonts that we are the most popular. So we've got Cherry, we've got Blossom, we've got Love Bujo, she says, we've got Apricots, and we've got Clacky on there, and you've got the holes for them. We've added in this was previously a limited edition design for Under the Rowan Trees, and we've brought it back into our permanent collection because I get quite a few questions from people asking if we have any wine glasses or cocktail glasses. So we thought it was good for New Year, so we brought it back. Is everyone having issues with YouTube, or are we all good? Let me know if you are. And then we've got our 2025 cherry headers. So it's pretty self-explanatory, but it fits on a page like this or a smaller header like this for the new year. And then we have 2025 in apricots. Again, these are the sort of sizes. They fit on A5 and B5. And then we have our 25 in 2025, slightly amended from last year's 24 in 2024. So the shapes have had to be slightly changed so that you can fit 25 boxes on a page. Good news is it should fit 26 next year when I update it. So that would be easier. And then we have Year in Pixels, which makes a spread like this. And the big difference between this one and last year's is that last year's was for a leap year, so this is for a regular year. So there's 28 days in February, so we won't need to update that one next year, which is good. And it says non-leap year in it there. And then we have our 25 monthly habit tracker, and there's obviously B5 versions of both of these available too. So that's all the updated ones for the year. And I can give you a little demo of Mr. P Bear if you would like. So this is Mr. P Bear, or Polar Bear if you like. Let me grab a pen and I can show you Polar Bear. really need to throw away the versions of these that are rubbish. But hey ho, pick a nice one. The second one was better. Oh look, there's my 2025 one. I knew I'd been using it. Put it over there. So the easiest way to make Polar Bear is if you start with his head area, and it does tell you this on the back, which is handy because now we have cheat sheets. So start with his head area, trace his whole head up to here, but don't go across there. So far, so straightforward. So you've got the head of a polar bear. And then if you put his legs underneath, you've now got the legs of a polar bear. You can add in a little round tum-tum like this. And then if you line up his face with his ears, colour in his eyes, just do his snarls. Mr. P Bear, dun dun dun. And Kate has put, like, he would make a cute Dutch door having peek him out, or you could have him like, let's draw a box. She says, where's my box stencil? Like, imagine you had the top of a box and you could have him leaning over the top. Let me show you what I mean. And then you could have him, like, if you had a title box or something, like he's standing behind it. Like this. I mean, you could do his legs sticking out the other side as well if you wanted to, but you could just have him peeking over. Or the other thing we've got is our postage stamp stencil, which is designed to be used with him, but also it's really versatile. So I don't think it's just a Christmas design. You basically can create the postage stamp so that we've got an outside and inside, and you've got two sizes. Trace around, trace around. So you've got the outside, and then so you've got like a stamp, and then you can put his head in the middle of it. So you've got the full polar bear post vibes. I am going to read your messages in a moment. I'm going to have a big gulp of my tea. Like that. How cute is that? So that's our stamp stencil, and then there's a smaller stamp here. Right, gulp of tea. Okay. Messages, lots of messages. Alex says, did we consider any ink stamps with this theme? They would have made lovely ink stamps. Unfortunately, we have tried ink stamps multiple times and our customers just don't like them. And especially with Christmas, because it has such a limited shelf life, it's a tricky one to do something where it's not going to have an initial demand, because basically what it means is if we haven't sold them by Christmas, that we either need to store them for a year and we don't have room for storage, or we need to discount them or stick them in lucky dip boxes, which obviously isn't a great business model. So I'd love to do stamps, and I keep going, oh, maybe now's the time. But yeah, we've tried it a few times and they just never really sell very well. And they are, because they're manufactured externally, there's minimum order quantities and blah. But never say never, maybe in the future. But yeah, I think this would have made great stamps. Claire would have loved a mini font, though. This North Pole font looks so pretty. It is. I think I've said before, mini fonts are really challenging from a stencil point of view because you're scaling everything down. So if I can show you why, if you see the size of this, imagine scaling that by 50%, which is what essentially the mini stamps are. You've got holes and this where you just can't fit the pen through. So although everyone loves them, they just don't function. There's certain, unless it's a really chunky font with chunky holes and no fine bits, like this wouldn't scale down. This wouldn't scale down. You'd end up with such fine pieces that it makes it not tenable as a font. We know you all love them, but I am not a magic human being, as much as I would love to be a magic human being. I do try, and we have got some plans for some more mini font, like weekdays and things. I've done 3 different iterations of them so far, and I'm still back to the drawing board because they just don't, it's not a case of just scaling it down. Unfortunately, they just don't work, and it looks all out of sync. Like if you don't have this scaled at the same rate, you end up with like some bits are thinner and some bits are fatter, and the font just looks a mess. And I'm not happy to release things where I think if you use it, it's going to make a mess of your page. So yeah, the old mini font struggle is real. I'm going to show you this font though, just for fun. It is a very nice font. It's a font that has what are known as small caps as its lowercase. So although it appears that it doesn't have like a true lowercase. The lowercase is like, there are different letters, so the A is different, the E is different. Some of them are like the B is an uppercase B, but it's a different B to the true uppercase B, and they're all scoured. There we go. I'm going to use this. So you get a lowercase effect, but it isn't like a true lowercase in what you would expect, which makes it an interesting font, I think. Like, we've got a lot of fonts now, so we're now into the world of like trying to find fonts that have a point of difference. Otherwise, we're basically just releasing versions of the same thing, which is not fun for you and it's not fun for us. So that's what we're trying to do. I'm just going to show you how I would make this. Haven't centered it quite. That's where I use an exclamation point because it's my secret weapon. Woohoo! If in doubt. Yeah, and on the little font, the holes are even, because the holes are all quite slim, it makes scalability an interesting one. There you go. Cute is he. So cute. Louise says, a bit late today, I've been busy baking cupcakes. What flavour cupcakes have you been making, Louise? I should have bought cakes because it is our birthday, but I didn't. Kate, are you looking for a virtual assistant? I have just hired a virtual assistant. I might do a blog post about it with all the free time that I have from passing over the virtual assistant jobs. But I've got to do all of the handover first. Polar bear stuff we're hoping should be dispatched 27th onwards. Just waiting for a couple of things to turn up before we send it. Shima says there'll be dots. Yeah, the holes would be dots. It's because a lot of them are very slim that when you scale it down, like, not a spoiler, but I've just done all the fonts for the next quarter, and there's some particular bits in there where they've got lovely slim parts to the letter and you just can't fit your pen in. So it involves a lot of finagling to get it right. Yeah, something with no holes might work. We have a few and they're definitely on my radar for next year. I'm going to look at what other of our current fonts might be scaled downable. We have some plans next year. Kate and I have been talking about the whole sticker release thing of picking our like 5 hero fonts and having like days of the week stickers in them, monthly numbers in them, so that like you can have the font, the small font, the large font, the stickers, like everything. So you can kind of pick your favorite. Like for me, like Love Bujo or Blossom are both big faves of mine, and it would be nice to have a coordinating range. So stay tuned, potentially next year. Joanne says, decided December will be Polar Post and may also use the happy envelope from Swalk as well as the polar bear. It's very cute. Shima's been making banana bread. Slim washi, yes, maybe one for the future. It's an interesting one. Whenever we do like plain colors, everyone loves them, but they never seem to sell very well. So it's like that's why we end up doing them in like things like subscription boxes, because they're not like gimmicky enough to make you want to buy them. But yeah, potentially for sure. So that's our font anyway. Glad you like it. I think it's a really nice one, this font, really different looking. And then the other thing we've got in this range is our pocket makers, and I thought it might be handy to show you them because obviously they're difficult to envisage like this. So this is how the pocket maker set will come in a sleeve like this. So you've got storage for it, and then you've got instructions on the back of the sleeve which shows you how to make them. So let's, So what I've done, the aim of these was to make sure that they always fit on an A5 page. So if you're using A5 scrapbook paper, let me grab one. What are we thinking? Maybe purple. Let's do purple. If you're using, this was a sample from a company that we decided not to use, by the way, so don't judge the quality, it's not very good. Grab this. It's very shiny, not very evenly printed, which is why I decided not to go with it. And also maybe not A5, so we'll see if this works. So the aim is that these should all fit on, an A5 page, and they make a pocket for either A7 or A6 sized things. So let's draw around one. So there's 3 styles of pocket in the set, and then there's the guide for what can go inside them. If you want to make your little like note page. This is also very shiny paper, so it's probably going to smear. So this is like a redesign of, I don't know if you remember Dream It Planet Do It. There was a pocket maker in there which made this style of pocket, but it was very long. So you needed to have A4 paper in order to make the pocket. We wanted it so that you could use A5 scrapbook paper, so you can use any paper that's come from one of our books. Once you have your pocket, oh, there's a lot of you here today. Thank you all for joining us on our birthday. Very kind. So this makes this style of pocket. So you can fit the postcard. Like this. So if you want to make a thing for your postcards to sit, that works. It also fits like a stencil, like this. So that's that one. I'm going to just make the others and then you can see what they're like. And then let's do this one. So again, should fit on an A5 piece of paper. We still do the tiny ones in the other set, the original set, but want to do some bigger ones because people were asking for more of like the ones that we've done in subscription boxes in the past. So these are reworked versions of those. The bundle comes with an upper and a lower, yes. It just says 2 quantity because of the way that the listing for the font is set up. It defaults to an uppercase. And the way that the composite product is, it just picks 2 of whatever the default is. But when we put the bundles together, we will be making sure they have an upper and a lower. Have a feeling the pockets might be popular, and that I might need to get Jordan to make some more tomorrow. So with this one, you're basically, as Kate shows on her pictures that she's done, you're basically taking that kind of like point here and joining it up. So it should make a really cute envelope. And this envelope style is like Swalky. I mean, I don't think that was his name. I can't remember what our envelope was called. Like this kind of thing. Grab some sticky. That kind of envelope. This is a Had It Forever. It's by Helix stainless steel ruler. Don't use it with pens because it shreds the edge of your pens because it's really sharp, but it's good with a craft knife or with scissors. So that's envelope 2. So you've got that style and that style. That fits This is like a template for what fits inside it. If you want to make your little thing, it comes with the pocket. And then the third style is this one. Let's do that one. So again, with this, you're joining this point to this point to this point to this point. Again, don't judge this paper. It's not the books that we sell. It was a manufacturer that I have decided not to use because the paper wasn't good enough for what we wanted. I was trying to find an alternative to Amazon because Amazon sucks. It doesn't suck. It's very useful for what it does, but it's very complicated and makes me jump through a lot of hoops. And I was looking for an easier supplier, but turns out Amazon's better. Envelopey. For anyone that's asking if they can email Tracy to add things, you will need to order it separately and send a request to Tracy to combine. Be aware we have had a lot of orders this weekend, and any changes will cause delays to your orders going out. But Tracy will get those sorted for you. How's everyone feeling about the changes to shipping? Are you happy? Hopefully reducing the threshold for free shipping makes everyone happy. Yeah, as Kate was saying, our shops show 12 products as default. The reason for that, rather than just showing everything, is if we as default showed everything, it would take ages for the page to load, and slow loading pages are bad for websites and people wanting to shop for them. So you can change the amount of products shown on the page. There's a little drop down at the top. Basically had an interesting conversation with Royal Mail this week about postage, where they told me that the price we're being charged for large letter tract as a business with preferential business rates is more expensive than the price regular Joe can get for a large letter tract if they just create a click and drop account. And Royal Mail's advice was for us to have a business account for certain things, a personal account for certain things, and interchange between the two. So have both of them connected to our website so that all orders go through to both our business account and our personal account. And then Tracy logs into the business account and ships all the things with those pricing, and then logs out and logs into the personal account and ships all of the things that with those pricing. And then with all of the things that have been shipped on the alternate sites, we have to go through and manually mark them as dispatched. So select all the things. So if we're sending out hundreds of letters, how much extra admin does that add to our already busy time? And there's only 4 of us in the office. It's absolutely not practical. And even more than that, every time one of you emails and says my parcel hasn't arrived, we then have 2 different systems that we have to log into in order to find out where it's been sent from. With the personal account, you don't have account terms, so every day we would have to pay for the shipping that has been sent that day from the personal account, and then we would have a weekly bill from our business account, which means then when it comes to end of month or end of quarter, when I'm reconciling bills, it means I have, instead of one invoice a week from Royal Mail, it would mean that I have one a week plus one every day in order to invoice. So that would add so many different things. Like it's just absolutely not practical, and we won't be doing it. So we've just had to take the hit on that price difference ourselves. But, you know, I've said it before and I shall say it again. Royal Mail do not help themselves. We use them and we spend, it's by far biggest expense, thousands of pounds a month with Royal Mail. And that is the sort of support that we're getting. Not to mention all the other issues, but yeah, made the business decision to reduce the threshold for free shipping because it makes more sense to our customers and hopefully it will encourage purchase and etc. etc. But not happy, as you can imagine. I was livid. So that's the 3 envelope styles that you can make with the envelope making set. Was that helpful to see? I hope that demonstrates something and it's not just watching me make unnecessary envelopes. And they come in this little handy pocket, so good. I'm glad that was helpful. Is there anything else that you would like to see me demo? And him. They're cute, those pockets, and I think it works with our whole like polar bear post. We've also got the little stamps that yeah. Shima says, I mentioned, let me find it. Oh. Mentioned meeting with DPD a while back. Does it not work better? We've hit a bit of a wall with DPD for a couple of different reasons. As I said, I think I said before, the biggest challenge for us is that most of what we send goes in a large letter envelope, which DPD don't do as a format. So even with Royal Mail charging more to business customers than to personal customers for large letter, it's still a lot cheaper than parcel post. So the reality of incorporating DPD will mean that we have to use DPD for parcels and Royal Mail for large letters. In theory, that's doable. Any new things that we add to our website runs the risk of slowing the website down. Plus, like the additional complications of like if someone says they want to trace something up, there's 2 different places, but that's all doable. And I was all in the process of signing up with DPD, and then we went to ship a wholesale order and get prices for a wholesale order. And I looked on the DPD pricing that they'd sent me as an account. And then out of interest, I looked on DPD pricing on their website, not having an account, and not having an account worked out cheaper. And then I looked at Parcel to Go using DPD, and that was cheaper still. So it's like you're incentivized for not only not having an account, but using a third-party provider, which seems madness to me. So I've queried that with DPD and said, like, surely as an account holder, we should get preferential rates, and they are investigating it. I'm hoping it's an oversight, but if I'm honest, it doesn't fill me with confidence that we will be getting the best rates if this has happened already just based on one thing that I've checked. And we really just don't have time to be like every time we send a big parcel checking 5 different places for prices. Shipping, bane of my existence, 'tis. So it's not a no, but it's not a yes, and I am hesitant to do anything this side of Christmas, just because it's our busiest time anyway. Do we need more complications that are going to potentially like break the website? I don't know. Have teething problems. It probably makes more sense to incorporate something like that at a time when we're slightly less hectic. So that's probably a, yeah, watch this space vibes for that. What I need to do is to put my theme box stuff in my theme box folder. Yeah, I think I'm missing grow, which is annoying. I might have to just put in. These don't belong in here. That one. I'm missing grow and I'm missing something else. Buttons. No, we didn't sell out of, have we? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Let's have a look tomorrow. I also need to get the lowercase version of that. I'm going back here. Hello. If you need any translations of anything that I'm saying, because I appreciate I probably am talking in not just British, but Essex, which is a whole different kettle of fish. Welcome, though. Whereabouts are you from, Joyful Sojourn? Oop. I need to stick my doobrey on there, but I need the other ones first. I need grow and then I need buttons, so I'm going to do that at a later date, but at least that's in its appropriate spot, which is good. Okay, next job is put some of these in the places that they go. Rainbow boxes, my little loves. Pocket, where are you? Oh, Kate, we really aren't that common. Yeah, we are. This used to happen when I was repping. I'd have a voice for like presenting, and then when we'd go out and like entertain customers, my voice would go into my real voice, which is not the same. Jokes, Kate, jokes. I was going to sort out my festive friends and all of that stuff into a little foldery what's it. Hello. There you are. Look at all these stencils. These are the stencils that are not yet in like into places. From California. Oh, lovely. Currently live in Texas. Amazing. Mum, it's from London, but a lot of her accent is faded. Faff. Faff is a great, I didn't realise it was an English word, but it's a great word. Say faff a lot. Faff about. Faffing. Faffington. So what my plan was to basically put all fonts. I put them in something. Into like one of these. So all of Create goes in one. Like this. Mr. Skelly friends. We've gone hard in on organisation this year, and I am here for it. I'm going to come back to these. God, I love a good faff. I'm queen of faff as well. Skelly bones. I mean, I've got probably 2 copies of that there, but I'm going to put it all in. These are do the pocket pals look tiny on an A5 journal? Would you like me to demo? Do you have a preference for what? Do you want to see the pens? Because they're a nice easy one to show you. They're definitely not too small. I would say that when we would use this over, I've got 2 sets of these as well. Over Dewberry, like Dewberry what? Dewberry what is a personal fave too. Sometimes, and I will say, I admit, my brain fog has been on form this week. My perimenopause hormonal brain fog. There's been a lot of me going, okay, so like when the doobie what happens, you know, the thing with the stuff. And luckily, most of the time, Tracy and Kate also know what I'm talking about. But there has been a lot of dooberries. You know, with the doobry, we need to get that done, that kind of thing. This pen is rubbish. Let me switch pen, because that's the thing with the stuff. You know, the thing with the stuff is a frenzism, if I am not mistaken. So this is an A5 journal. When we would use the pocket friends is if they are designs that have like multiple parts normally. So like for these pens, I want to be able to do all of the pens. Oop, missed those bits. But to do them on one stencil, there's just too many like details. So it makes sense for like him to have his own stencil, and then Mr. Highlighter, he'll have his own. There are faces for these. I'm just doing them. There's two versions you could do. You can do the version with the face, or you can just do the version that's just a pen, depending on if you want stationery gang or there's Mr. Highlighter. Let's do Mr. Pencil. Who am I missing? Missing Pat, the sharpener. And for anyone overseas, Pat Sharp was a TV personality from the 80s who had an amazing mullet, and that is why our sharpener is called Pat, because he also has an amazing hairdo. And then I've got the ruler, who really needs to have a face on, otherwise it's just a so these would be good for like pen test pages or a stationery theme, but it gives you an idea of sizing. That's on an A5 page. So we called them Pat, Hamlet, Penny, Harry or Henry, and Charles the ruler, after King Charles, because he's our ruler. These are all the fonts that I've got, and I just want to put, so these are monochrome friends, I believe. If I show you anything that you want to see, shout at me. I'm just organising into pockets, so don't feel. These are royal friends. Shima says that is the most funny thing I've heard in my life. Is that the king or their names? I mean, all of their names. Spring friends. Is Rainbow Friends, but I'm missing one. Yeah. Spooky Friends, the king. Oh, Charlie. 5, 24, 7, 28, 26, 7, 5, 6, 7, 28. Oh, just say, I'm not encouraging that you sniff plastic, but the smell of these is like pencil cases from my childhood, and it is a joy. Oh, festive friends, where are you? Must be, I must have got them out to use them at some point. I'm going to give them a little. I think I need another folder. Put these in a pile. Then it's punch time. Yeah, swimming bags. So many good smelling things. I'm going to put all of these in here. It's like the smell of childhood. I wonder if they still use, I mean, they must do because we get those plastics still. So if you buy any of the Friend stencils now, they now come in these plastic zip folders. It's only because I already had all of these that I've had to do this. But you can buy the postcards and the zip folders as like a update pack, if you see what I mean. But so much easier than when you look through, you can see, let's get rid of that. You can see these. So you can see what you're looking at, which I think is a lot easier. So that's that. And then I wanted to do these. So these are all, that's not. These are 5 centimetre. These also feel so nice. Weirdly, like, I don't know, they've got like a satin finish on them, which is lush. If you buy the update pack of these, you do not have to punch them yourself. They do it for you. It's because I couldn't bother to wait for them to be punched, so I pinched them and did them myself. So yes, to what everyone is saying, the bestseller packs are definitely a good place to start. They need to be in that. Because they're like our absolute like gold bestsellers that we use, that we've sold the most of. And then after that, it really depends on what you use your journal for. There's also, if you go into, I can show you, hold on, have the technology. Is that the way that I do it? Present, share screen, click on the doobry, there we go. Get rid of that. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Apologies. That's what I meant to share with you. So if you go into stencils, there's bestseller collections there. And you'll see, so we have like a beginner's pack. We have, so inside that, you get our daily spread, our weekly spread, a monthly spread, and a font. We've got a fan favourites. We have a classic stencil set, which is like so it's got the circular spread stencil, hexagon, hot air balloon, monthly and weekly. So that's where I would go to start with. It's a good starting point for stencils if you haven't used them before. Or you're on the Archer and Olive ambassador team, so definitely have a look at Alex's the Journal Corners page, who is or was an Archer and Olive ambassador. She uses a lot of our stencils as well, so it's like a good starting point. We have some patches, yes. We have a books patch. We have book TV. What's the other one? Capybara. There's another one. I'm trying to think what the other one is. Owl, yeah. That's the book one. Book TV. Travel, yes. 2024, which will be all of the stuff in the sale is going to be ended soon. So if anyone wants any sale stuff, get it, because it's all going into a big pile that will be at some point going into lucky dip boxes. So we need to make space before the journals arrive. Cherry. Sorry if this is boring, guys, but please feel free to ask me questions. Getting a very much needed job of organisation done. Oh, bless you. What time is it in California? It must be still quite early, right? Oh, no, you're in Texas now. That's, what, 7 hours behind? 6 hours behind us? So all the information from the journal launch is in the previous video, Dawn. They will go on VIP sale next Friday, and we hope to be shipping from the 4th of November, but it will very much depend on when they arrive. This is apricots. Oh, did I not put that on the... Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh yeah, for sure, rainbow boxes. One of the most useful, I think we have. I can show you rainbow boxes if you would like. So these are rainbow boxes. Do one for an A5 journal, one for a B5 journal. And the idea behind the rainbow boxes is that you get this little booklet and it's got a ton of different spreads, and we've created 5 different size boxes, the internal boxes, that all line up together to make all of these different spreads. So if, for example, you wanted to divide your page into 8 like this, you would use the box that has the blue daisy on it, because blue lines up to blue, and that would give you that. If you wanted to make one with 12 boxes on it, then you want the pink, which is this one. And they all kind of combine together, and B5 is the same, but they are scaled. They are scaled to go to a B5 journal. They are super, super useful, and like flexible. So you've got this one kit and then you can make infinite number of journal spreads with it. Which is very cool. That took some finagling. Happy Planner, I don't think that it's a 5mm dot grid. So these are aligned to a 5mm dot grid. I'm not sure with Happy Planner, and it's also not it's not A5. It's like its own size. So like you could use them in the Happy Planner, like there's nothing to stop you drawing squares, but they wouldn't line up in the same way. I need another pink one, don't I? Whoosh. Yeah, rainbow boxes is definitely one that is like can be used time and time and time again. Really handy. Apricots. What else? Where am I? So we've got Blossom. Let It Snow. Love Bujo. Love Bujo. What is everyone else doing for the rest of the day after today, after we finish? Do you have fun plans? Where's my debris? So I've said debris again, and I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. Where did I put it? F1, Strictly. Who do we think is going home on Strictly tonight? Yeah, I would hope it's Paul, but I don't think it will be. Got a lot of fans, hasn't he? Kirsty is hosting writing sprints. That's cool. Cunning plan, sorting out my winter clothes and decorating for Halloween. Nice. Are you having a Halloween party or is it just general decorations? Oh, I've run out of doobies. Okay, I can still do these and then they're ready to go. Me too. Yeah, I think maybe Poonam. Before Christmas, just journals really. Maybe a couple of other like small things, but no real ranges planned now. Now we just need to get everything out. We need to get the come off there. I need to get the 12 days of planning sent. We need to get the big one sent. I need to get the journals out. So it's like full steam ahead for us. And if we get on top of all of that, Kate and I need to just finish the old classic cheat sheets, and then everything is, it would be good to get them done before we head into 2025. JWO, Journal with Ipsa Daisy. Lovely jubbly. And then the IP stencils as well. Yes. So I need 3 more pockets in order to be able to put all of these away. 3 sunflower granny squares to do before a workshop tomorrow evening. How long does it normally take you to do a granny square? I am taking a very wet walk with the dog and my mum to the creme to take some flowers to my nan. After this, okay, this feels good. I feel organised. Oh, has it? About an hour each. Okay, so it's doable then. I need to bring a new folder home for my pocket fonts. going to be so much easier when they're all in there. Let's create. Genuinely have so much stuff to organise. That's something. It's not nothing. I started watching Agatha All Along last night, which is interesting. I need to finish it. So in terms of live streams, we have the VIP live stream next week. And then after that, the next 2 months, all live streams are going to be JWO related. So look out for the information on that. I'm just going to put these on there. Oh. Before I go, is there anything anyone needs to see or do, or I've done my weekly for next week already, so everything has been Halloween themed this month. So October is this, and I set up to-do list. I started 2 weeklies when I was last doing it, so I'm all organised, which is good. But yeah, last chance, guys, to ask me anything, and then I'm going to be off skis to get everything prepped for tonight's general sale for polar bears. And after that, we have got lots to do with the JWO. So it's not slowing down for us quite yet, but we're nearly there. Looking forward to setting up my new journal. Cool. I think you've all gone quiet, so I'm guessing you're all either journaling or ready to go and have some lunch. So with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining us for the birthday plan with me. I promise lots more planning next time. I know this has been very organising heavy, and generally we do a lot of planning, but it felt like time to get some stuff organised. And yeah, thank you. Love you all. Have a great Sunday. Take care. Bye, 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 bye.